Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Green 80!
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Run it. Let's get it off the field. 30 seconds. 4 down. He's coming. 12.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Switch gears. Check 31.
Go 14.
Switch ball. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Move for clean.
Kill.
Gun.
Kill. Turn up.
Gun.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
65.
14.
Wide. Get wide.
Run it.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He's got this one complete to Perriman. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Fight. Move the team.
Get to Mike. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Spinning past him. Fights loose. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
It's going to be a
General West.
It's going to be a long day.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Mike 2.
Hey, Mike 7.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Showing it.
Hey, Sam on.
Say.
Hey, lock it.
Check 3.
Get it.
From the gun, Lake under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And it brings up 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Check 43. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check 26. Check 26. Kick the edge. Come.
Hey, Alpha. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Lake. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. On fourth down, Lake. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now a draw play for Gurley. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Pick your game up. Check, check. First down. 5.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Check recon, 132 fighters.
Third down.
2.
Now Perine. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
That's it, baby. You don't run.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
I'll go special. I'll go special.
Hey, Mike, 20. Mike.
12. 12. Hey, alert. Check.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going to throw right side here, complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
380. Front left.
Watch twist. Sponge. No.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Tight ends on the Lucy. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. You go tight. You got tight right there.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Down and goal to go.
What? 380.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Lake completes it to Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Right there, 56.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That's right, baby.
Hey, wahoo! Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lake. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, Lake. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jannard Avery. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
I'll go special.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Out, 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 out. Watch out.
Go, 4 down, 4 down.
After the sack on first down, Wilson, and his throw is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
You got nothing left. You got nothing.
19.
Kill, kill, kill.
Check.
Tighten up, tighten up. Hatchet, hatchet.
Check.
Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be taken at the 10. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, 76 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
14. Friday.
Check. Slam. Switch.
Now Wilson. He's going to air one out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check. Check 9, check 9. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Hey, alert! Alert!
Throwing is Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed?
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Corey Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Bang out, bam.
Watch the ship. Check, crunch.
On first down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Flushed out right. And he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much. Getting outside of the pocket. And it results in a sack. Samson Abuka racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Check. 4 down.
Go 14.
Check.
Hey.
Be dead.
Gun.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, what's the ball?
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Check 37. Check. Lucky. SOS.
Saturday.
SOS. Switch.
One fluff.
49. Check 49.
Wilson. His throw incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having the pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, defense, let's go.
X3. 5.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a carry for Pirine. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Twist on him. Grab him. Now.
From the gun on third down. Lake, he's going to dump it off to Gurley. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Here we go.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Looking to throw. Lake, and this is incomplete.
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Here's Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. 23 yards, the final tally. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. It wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Check.
Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Hey, watch it, watch it. Shit.
Here's Wilson. Throwing again. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check tight. 56. Right there. 56.
Zero.
You might be getting tired of seeing me.
Hey, 0.
6 guard. Check 6 guard. Check.
Left pass.
Check.
Block that.
He's checking.
All right.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time of what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
Mike 20, Mike over. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Show it up.
14.
Set.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
Check three. He's crashing.
95.
Bang.
Good job right there.
Bang. Kill.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
He's got
Alert.
Check 22.
40. Run left.
Check.
Alert.
56, the mic, boys. 56.
Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And here we go. Watch the pass.
Hey, exit. 52.
Throwing on first down. Lake. He's going to look deep down the field. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
4 down.
Check three.
12.
Check 13. Rush 14. Friday. Rush in. No.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Took right.
Off. 56.
Move the team.
56.
Gun.
Watch twins. Sponge.
14.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, flush to his right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
That's what I do. Kill.
Spot that.
Turn it out. Slam.
Gun. Good up for signal.
Bust. Part 2 is the mic. Mike part 2. He can't be.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Myers connects on the PAT, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded at the 2. Gets past one man. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
That's our own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, Lake. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
That's our own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, go!
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
Hey, watch the slant.
Hey. Get it.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Here we go.
The Rams on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So how about that comeback that we just witnessed going into the 4th quarter? I don't know that we had written them off, but it looked bleak. They were able to get it done.
They put up a barrage of points and reeling them in and running them down and winning it. Wouldn't you love to be in their locker room right now? Think about the energy that's radiating out of there right now. They're talking about belief, sticking together, and finding a way to win.
So for the Seahawks, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans.